Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lights Out with Ish and Eve. I'm Ish and this is Eve, and we are back to discuss the rather pivotal weekend that was the Brazilian Grand Prix. I mean, what a race, first of all.
Oh my god, such a fucking good race.
Yeah,
Loved.
I mean, huge win, obviously, for Lando, and just dominant all weekend.
He's on some form.
Yeah.
Like,
big time.
like Lando, we can be world champion, I said. Like,
yeah, for real. Like, it was, and I think it was such a bittersweet weekend for Max because, I mean, what a performance on Sunday. But also I fear his championship is now over.
yeah, it's not looking... I mean, he's still going to be there, like, mathematically, and I think McLaren can't completely count him out because you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think it's tougher now than it was. Like, he was closing.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
And I think now that we're
closing
coming
in Oscar.
into... Pardon?
But he's now closing in Oscar, but Oscar's no longer keeping pace with Lando, so...
Yeah. I know, I fear Lando is just running away with it.
I know, it's crazy. And,
yeah.
like, I did not think that this would happen.
No, I know. But here we are.
Yeah.
I mean, before we get into, obviously, the highs and lows of the weekend, of which there were many, obviously there was a bit of news coming into the weekend. Obviously, Charles Leclerc got engaged. I remember...
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. I remember you messaged me and you were like, it's a bad day for annoying people everywhere.
Well, yeah. Condolences to the fangirls that had some delusion.
Yes.
But no, congratulations to him and his partner.
Real cute.
And that's
involving
a
their
fat
dog,
rock,
Leo.
so...
Very cute.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about involving the dog. I think involving the dog is fine. I think dad wants to marry mum, needs to fuck off.
I'm like, oh, so cute. You're like, ew.
Yeah, involving the dog, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But what was written on the tag is awfully millennial.
Hence why I like it and you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the crux of the friendship right there.
Yeah.
But no, congratulations to him.
Yes.
But the other news that I think you are probably talking about is Franco Colapinto.
Yes. Was signed with Alpine for next year. A choice.
Thoughts?
Definitely a choice. It was a choice.
It was a choice.
Maybe not the right choice, given his whole performance this year, realistically.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that there has been any proof that he's performed any better than Jack Doohan would have, given the rest of the season in that seat.
Like, I think if Jack Doohan had kept his seat the whole year, he would have at least scored something.
Yeah.
Like, just with all of the races that have had crazy results and this and that.
Yeah.
I know Gasly's only scored about 20 points throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
But still, I still think Jack Doohan looked like scoring points on some occasions.
Yeah.
Colapinto has not ever been anywhere close. He hasn't been close once.
Yeah. Yeah. Just...
And... I mean, I guess they're, like, going for consistency in their driver lineup, and, like, that's what they're saying. Like, consistency, everything's changing. A lot of their staff is changing, their engine's changing, blah, 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 blah. You haven't cared about consistency ever before.
No, and it's not like he's a driver that's been there for years and is going to have some, like, really good insights. Like, he's a rookie. It's his first year, and he's only done, like, half a season. So, like...
Yeah.
It's kind of just a bit of a bullshit excuse.
Like,
I don't buy
consistency
it.
at the back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... Yeah. Anyways, justice for Jack Doohan. Also, apparently Alpine's for sale.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're owned by, like, 20 different people.
Yeah. Aren't they owned partially by, like, the nation of France as well?
Probably, given their history with French drivers. I think Alpine, I don't know if Alpine's a French car manufacturer.
It is.
Yeah. So I guess maybe that makes sense. But, I mean, there's always, I think, like, parts of teams that, like, come up for sale. Like, I know, like, every now and then, like, Lawrence Stroll sells, like, X% of his ownership in Aston.
We were talking about this and we're like, how much does he have to sell until we can get rid of Lance Stroll?
Tell me about it.
How much of the business can we sell?
Yeah, for real.
He's in my bad books after lap 1 of the race.
Very fair.
How dare you?
I know.
How dare you?
Anyway, I think that was it. Shall we get into the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
So, FP1, Lando looking quick right out of the gate.
Yeah, as per, really, in FP1s.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot going on.
Realistically, no. Like, Yuki had a crash early, which really, really impacted his running.
Yes.
He had a bad weekend.
Yeah.
Ooh, he had a bad weekend.
Yeah, I know. I saw a meme that was like, you know, there's like kids sitting on the bus and like one of them's looking like really sad on one side of the bus and one's really happy on the other, and it was like about obviously Max like getting knocked out in Q1, and it was like Max being depressed that he got knocked out in Q1, and then Yuki like looking towards the sunshine being like Yuki not being like a million miles behind his teammate.
Yeah, I saw so many things, like, because I think there was a quote, I don't think it was from this weekend, I could be wrong, because I don't understand why he would be happy about this weekend, but it was like a quote from Yuki probably a while ago being like, it's good, I'm within like not far off the times from Max, and they like grabbed that quote and had it as like P16 and P17.
Yeah. Like, you did it.
Yay, you did it. You stayed where you were and Max did bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ferrari in practice only ran the hard tyre.
Yeah. Yep.
Which was bizarre because I saw the standings and I was like,
yeah,
what are they doing back there? Then I realised they only ran the hard and I was like, okay, that, you know, that shows why you're at the back of the times. Like, that's fine, but like,
why would you do that? I know, I guess like wanting to save tyres, but still a little bizarre.
Weird. Yeah. Especially on a sprint weekend.
Yes. I mean, you do get less tyres on a sprint weekend, but still. Odd choice. Yeah. And potentially did not help inform some of the decision making throughout the weekend.
But anyway. That's true. Oscar was back on the pace, which I was over the moon to see.
Yes.
And it looked like McLaren pre-summer break, with the two of them at the top of the times, separated by hundredths, I think it was, and 0.6 ahead of everybody else.
Yep.
Like, that was giving what we saw in Zandvoort and like kind of prior to that when they were just on their unbeatable 1-2 charge.
Yes.
Sauber was also flying. They were up both in the top 10.
Very true.
Hulkenberg P3.
Yes.
And I was like, I hope Gabi has a good weekend. That poor
Next
kid.
time. I know.
Yeah. The home race curse.
Yeah, for real. It's been transferred from Charles Leclerc to Gabriel Bortoletto.
Yeah. And the Australians. The Australian curse is real too.
So true.
No one can podium at that race if you're Aussie. But anyways.
No. But I think that was kind of FP1, unless you had anything else.
No, we didn't really see the pace from Max because he backed out on his soft tyre run. So that was a caveat to McLaren being 0.6 ahead of everyone. I was like, ooh, that's not indicative with Max in the picture.
Yes, very true. But yeah, then we got into sprint quali. Which there were a few little like things that happened, but on the whole it was like your kind of standard quali session, I thought. Yeah. So first of all, in SQ1 we had Sainz, Ocon, Yuki, Liam Lawson and Franco Colapinto eliminated. Obviously like unfortunate for Sainz, but the rest are kind of your usual suspects.
Standards, yeah, because he didn't make it back to the line, I think.
Yeah, I think he didn't end up setting a time or something. But, like, I remember everyone went out and then Ferrari were like super off the pace.
Yeah, their banker laps were bad.
Like 6 or 7 tenths off the pace. And I was like, oh, great. Because I really thought like, okay, this could be the weekend that Lewis like gets on the podium finally, properly. Like it's Brazil. He's so good around here. This and like, you know, Ferrari weren't looking half bad last week. But then, they come out of the gates
Nowhere.
in SQ2 and I was like, SQ1 and I was like, cool.
Great. Really good.
Yeah.
Someone who was cooking this weekend, Pierre Gasly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
I just
meme
love
of...
whenever he...
Yeah.
Sorry, Pierre Gasly whenever the hell he wants.
Yeah. It just carries on.
Whenever he feels like it on a random weekend.
Yeah.
But like every time he's running in the points, I'm like, go!
I know.
Like, go! I'm like, you deserve so much more than this shit car.
I know.
Like, go. But he was cooking and he continued to the whole weekend. So
He did.
He obviously got out of Q1, which is a miracle when you're driving an Alpine.
For real. I know. Obviously the McLarens were just looking like super quick. And I was like, okay, so we'll see.
At least both of them were looking quick this time. That's what I was happy about.
Yes, very
I was like,
true.
okay, Oscar's back.
Yeah, Oscar wasn't just like randomly in
found
P6
himself.
or P7 and you're like, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, they were both
Agreed.
back and I was like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, for sure. But then SQ2, we had Ollie Behrman, Gabriel Bortoleto, Pierre Gasly, Alex Albon, and Lewis Hamilton eliminated. Lewis did not make it to the line in time. And
Once again.
Yeah. I just don't understand how this continues to happen. Because surely you just learn, like, hey, maybe we'll just go out earlier and play it safe. And I get the whole, like, not wanting to go out too early and then you don't have the best track conditions and blah, 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 blah. But, I mean...
Bad track conditions is better than no time at all.
Yeah. Like, and it's not SQ3, you're not trying to get pole, you're just trying to make it through to SQ2. Just set the time. Like...
Yeah.
Ugh, just ridiculous.
I know. And then, but... Oh, no, maybe did he? Oh, yeah, he didn't make the line because... partially because Charles Leclerc decided to do a little pirouette ruin everyone's last laps.
Yeah.
And that also kind of got in the way of Lewis on his outlap.
There was debate on whether he actually slowed down for said yellow flags. I think he was, like, under investigation because...
Yeah, he was. But he was on an outlap anyway, so...
Yeah, but I mean, I think because he was trying to get to the line in time, he, like, was also maybe being a bit like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go.
Yeah, he's like, he's fine. I'm not going to crash into him. I'm Lewis Hamilton. He's not going to just
the road.
Randomly.
Yeah.
But he ended up, I think, just getting a reprimand for that.
Yeah, I think so. Because they were like, well, you got eliminated, so whatever. But Alonso was looking rapid. He was P1 for the whole of SQ2.
Like, go on.
And just, like, Lance nowhere, but, I mean, that's usual. But...
Standard.
Yeah, I was like, where is this Aston speed coming from?
And where did it go?
Yeah, I know. But, like, Lance Stroll wasn't bad. Like, Charles set his first lap time, and then it was... And so did Max. That when they both set their first lap times, they were slower than Lance. So the Aston clearly had, like, some speed, and then just, like, immediately said, see you later.
Yeah, they both made Q3, which hasn't happened in quite a while, I think.
Lance Stroll very rarely makes SQ3 and or Q3.
Yeah. Anyway, good for him.
I know. But I think that was kind of SQ2.
Make up for everything else that he does, but
yeah.
So great, you made SQ3.
Good job.
And what?
Literally.
Yeah. Speaking of.
Yes, SQ3. So, like, half the drivers did 2 laps, and then the other half just kind of did a 1-lap shootout. I love the 1-lap shootout. I think it's so fun. I almost wish that they just cut SQ3 time so that you only had
in half.
1. And I think that would be so fun.
Oh my god, that would be so stressful.
I know. But, yeah, because if anyone crashed, it would be like, okay, well, it's game over.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why they can't do that, is because if someone crashed or whatever, they need to kind of
give the opportunity
have that
for
much
like,
luck involved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Lando again still looking rapid, and he just looked like he did have the edge over Oscar. I mean, Oscar only went P3. Max was obviously the surprising one, going P6.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But, so that was like, okay, because, coming into this weekend, I didn't end up predicting it, but one of the predictions I was going to do was Max is not going to be as good as everyone thinks he's going to be coming into Brazil.
Okay.
And I didn't do it, and I'm obviously glad I didn't do it, because I think after his race, that would not have been true.
No.
But up until the race, I was like, wow, that prediction would have been insane.
Yeah. And everyone would have been like, oh, that's not going to come true. You're like, oh. Yeah. And then he had that drive, so.
Yes.
But, yeah, he was, like, struggling with the car, like, all throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
Then nailed it for the race, clearly. But, yeah, only P6. I was like, oh my god. And with Kimi in between Oscar and Lando, great lap, by the way, and great weekend for him.
Amazing weekend for Kimi.
The whole weekend.
Yeah.
Well done.
So good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What happens when you take a Kimi Antonelli out of Europe for some reason?
Yeah.
Is he performs well. Anyways, him being in between the McLarens, I was like, that's great for Lando.
Yeah.
Because it just gives that little bit of buffer. I was nervous for the sprint and the race.
Yes.
That Kimi wasn't just going to go steaming down the inside with nothing to lose, and just I was like,
yeah, no, Oscar just did that, and then Charles got bonked off into the wall, but it's fine.
Oh my god, poor Charles. Like, we'll get there, but oh my god, when I saw his wheel just like rolling off, I was like, no.
I was like, this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah. I was like, he was minding his business, honestly. It was like, we'll get there. I have thoughts on that. But,
but yeah, Antonelli,
speaking of Charles.
So good, though.
Sorry.
Oh.
Incredible. Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of Charles, he was nowhere in SQ3.
Yeah.
And that sprint pole was Lando's first sprint pole of the season.
Oh.
And it also makes it 5 different pole sitters for 5 different sprints.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the field is just
who the fifth
so
one
close.
was. Did Charles start on a sprint pole? Because we've had like Lando, Oscar, Max, Kimi started on a sprint pole. Who else started on a sprint pole? Charles? George?
Yeah.
I'm guessing one of them.
Yeah.
Lewis.
Did he start from pole when he came?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Anyways, I think that's fun.
Yeah.
5 different pole sitters for 5 sprints.
Yeah. But yeah, so Lando just dominant performance that whole time. Shall we get into the sprint? First of all, great start from Lando.
Yeah. He was off.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See you later.
I was very nervous because the top 10 were all split on their tyre strategy.
Yes.
Like, everyone on the dry racing line was on mediums and everyone else on the other side was on softs.
Yes.
So, speaking of being nervous of Kimi Antonelli dive bomb down into the first corner, him on softs, I was like, oh no. I was like, dear God.
Yeah.
But it was fine.
It was.
It was fine. Lando has, like, well and truly fixed his starts.
Totally.
By the way. Like, that's not even in the question.
It's
he hasn't
not a
bottled
thing
a start
anymore,
basically all year.
Yeah. He's been good. Max also got a good start. He got past the Astons, like, straight away, which he needed to. Someone who didn't have a great start, or 2 people that didn't have a great start, was Liam Lawson and Ollie Behrman. Who Liam Lawson just kind of sent Ollie for a spin.
And Ollie was like, classic Liam. And I was like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I was a bit like, no, that's kind of a valid comment. He's just a little aggressive.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, there's pros and cons for
you do?
developing that, like, reputation, I think, on the
100%.
grid. Because, obviously, people are less
Definitely.
likely to try a move on you if they know that you might just turn.
Dangerous. Yeah, exactly. It's like Max. Like,
Exactly.
he was just so aggressive, and no one wanted to go near him when he first started, because it's like, that's just a treacherous
Yeah.
thing to do. You don't know whether you're going to come out of that one.
Yeah.
So you're just like, I'll protect my race and stay away.
And just let him pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, it is what it is. I mean, thankfully, like, Ollie kind of got going again, I think, so. Like, they both got going, so it was fine. And then a few short laps later, cut to Oscar Piastri in the wall, closely followed by Franco Colapinto and Nico Hülkenberg.
Bro, when... Because it was like showing from down the main straight,
Yeah.
and you see Lando come around the corner, Kimi come around the corner, and then Oscar spinning off into the wall.
And you're like, no!
I was like, no.
I was on the train watching it, and I, like, audibly gasped, and then remembered that there were people around me, and I was like...
Yeah.
Control myself.
I've been there. I have been there. But, like, I was, like, just gutted. I was like, fucking hell. Like,
Yeah.
and then, obviously, we saw what happened, and just that curb. Don't touch it, or you're in the wall.
It was like Australia. It was like Melbourne. Like, like, touch a white line, touch a curb, and it's game over.
Off you go.
Because they're just so wet still.
Yeah, literally. And yeah, slippery. But then also I thought it was so funny when Kimi was like, Lando flicked the water on the track.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, George was like, it's like a banana peel in Mario Kart. I'd already thought of that. I was like, he's dropped the 3. He's dropped all 3, and he's got 3 different drivers.
So true. He's got that trio of bananas just going around.
Yeah, literally. And he's just dropped them all at that one spot.
Just
and it's got, gone. I always thought that they were lucky not to hit into each other, like
totally
when they spun off.
I know,
because they all spun off from hitting the exact same spot.
Yeah.
So one would think that they could all end up in the exact same piece of wall.
Yes.
Which thankfully they didn't.
Yes. I think Colapinto's hit was a big hit. I think Oscar's and
because
like Nico's was a little less so, and Nico obviously got going again, but Franco's was bang, it was huge.
Yeah, because on his onboard, he's already struggling with the car, like, before he goes over that curb, so he probably just got it at, like, more of an angle, or, like, I don't know, but he was already fighting the car before that curb. But, oh my god, I was just gutted for Oscar. I was like,
I know.
I can't do this.
I
Oscar,
know.
please.
Yeah, for real. It was like...
Obviously, partially unlucky. And people are like, Lando's throwing water on the track for his rivals. I was like, you think he meant to do that?
Yeah, like
you think he could do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Do you?
I think you're overestimating his water-wielding abilities.
Awareness, yeah.
Bro is the Avatar.
I mean, like, oh, there's a puddle on this, there's a puddle on this curb. Let me splash it and hope that I don't end up in the wall.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, on what planet would you risk going through a puddle?
Yeah, no planet. Because he said, he was like, oh, I just ran wide by accident. Like, he didn't mean to go there. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Wild.
Anyways,
I agree.
Max was also pissed at his car.
Yes. When is he not, though? You know, like, there is a rare weekend that goes by, well, there's a rare weekend that goes by that he's not like, it's just undrivable, mate, like, and you're like, okay, but you just won by 30 seconds, so
yeah, it's like undrivable, but yeah. I did see a meme after quali that was like, Red Bull finally created a car even Max can't drive.
They did it. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, literally.
They're like, okay, now we can go back to the fast car.
Yeah.
That's how we did so well in the race.
Honestly. And then, red flag.
Red flag, yes.
For about 20, 30 minutes or something.
Yes. Most of the drivers put on mediums, but not Lando. Lando,
No.
he kept the softs
went
on.
on soft. No, he was on mediums before,
and then,
and this is what they were saying. Everyone that swapped would have put on whatever they had, like warm and pressured and ready to go, which is
Yes.
probably the opposite compound to what they started on.
Yes.
Hence why Lando was on the soft.
Softs.
And I was like, oh dear.
Yes.
It's quite a far way to go on a soft.
Yeah, because it was only like lap 8 or something by the time they red flagged it out of 24. So it was only like a third of the race or sprint. But still.
Yeah, I was like, oh dear. But then it was a rolling start.
Yeah, which I didn't really agree with. It's not raining.
No.
Like,
No. The track conditions are the exact same, if not drier, than when you did the first start, and that went fine.
yeah.
Why are we rolling start?
I know. Which is just
Great
annoying
for
as a
Lando.
fan because, like, yeah. Well, it's just annoying as a fan because, like, that's, like, the most exciting part is a standing start. Like,
Yeah.
to take that away is annoying. And, yeah,
I know, for no reason.
I don't know if it was good for Lando or not, though. Like, in the sense of, like, if they had done a standing start, or, yeah, if they had done a standing start, like, Lando was on softs, he probably would have gotten a better start than Kimi.
Yeah.
So he probably would have been fine. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
safety car, like, it just depends on how well, you know, he gets a jump on him, but... And, like, he gets time to warm up his mediums and stuff, too, so... 6 of one, half a
I mean,
dozen
yeah,
of the other.
probably much of a muchness, yeah.
Yeah.
But, we're on the restart.
Dude, the restart
I
was
was worried.
tense.
Yeah.
I was like, George had to go at Kimi. Max went super wide and then was like fighting for his life to not let Alonso through.
Yeah.
Because like I think Alonso was on softs as well, and like Max's mediums hadn't warmed up properly yet, and so it was like, oh no.
Yeah, that was a bit spicy.
Yeah, but he did manage to stay ahead. But it was that was fun to watch. Just like just all the little like people trying to get a jump on one another.
Yeah, and I really think that George fighting with Kimi, like, let Lando just break loose.
Yeah.
And he was off.
Yeah, for sure.
And until then, his softs obviously started to degrade.
Correct.
Charles couldn't get past Fernando Alonso. And I
Dude,
was
yeah,
like,
and
oh,
Gasly getting on the radio and being like, that Ferrari needs to get past Alonso. And Gasly's engineer being like, I'll let him know.
I'll be sure to tell him. Like, okay. I don't really get that, but I so wanted Gasly to get that last point. I was like,
I
God.
know.
It was like he had to overtake Stroll, and he did. He got
He
him.
did.
But
yes.
I was like, go on.
Yeah.
But then obviously Kimi started to catch up the back of Lando.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh.
Yes.
And then the TV direction, must be said, has been better.
It has been
no
a lot
girlfriends.
better.
But we had Kimi catching up the back of Lando on the main screen, Charles trying to overtake Fernando on the picture-in-picture box.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, at least they're showing the move that's happening.
Yeah.
And Charles pulls out alongside Fernando Alonso, and the picture-in-picture box closes.
Closes. Yeah, I know.
And I was like,
but I...
but look, they're side by side.
Yeah.
They are side by side.
I know.
Don't turn it off. Put it on the main broadcast.
Yeah.
Like.
I know.
Anyway,
I
so
know.
we didn't actually see what happened there.
No.
But yeah.
But yes, it was like it all just kind of like kept its order. I mean, like Antonelli got fairly close to Lando, like within I think 6 tenths or half a second or whatever, but just never quite had the pace to
more
actually
laps.
overtake him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got to the last lap, and Bortoletto had a crazy crash, like terrifying.
So scary.
He just like slipped. I was like watching, I was like, how did that even happen? Like, what happened?
his DRS was still open. Like, there's a
Yeah.
picture from, like, ahead, and Albon obviously doesn't have DRS. His is closed.
Yeah.
Bortoletto's is still open, and Hadjar behind him had DRS, and his had already closed. So either it failed or he didn't close it.
Yeah.
And he went for the move. He, like, pulled off
Had
to the
too
inside
much
line
speed.
and just lost it. And then, like, hit the inside wall on the main straight and
flew. Terrifying.
So scary.
And like,
it's
nearly
come
took out Albon as well. Like, cutting across.
That would have been so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if he got Albon at that speed.
So bad. And did you see his, like, front wing got, like, lodged under Albon's car? But thankfully, like, the rest of his car, like, went, you know, sailing.
Yeah, Alex would have watched that back and been like, ooh.
Yeah.
I was close to death
Yeah.
today.
For real.
But, like, that was so scary. And, like, I'm so glad that... Because you kind of saw him go off in the picture-in-picture box.
Yeah.
But, like, it didn't replay the thing. We saw the I'm okay message before we saw the replay.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, thankfully, because damn.
Yeah. I know. It was
Like-
terrifying. Yeah, because they took a while to play the replay. And I was like, how has this happened? And
I was like, okay,
yeah.
Bortoletto's crashed. That's unfortunate, whatever.
Yeah. But it was like, oh, that was a bad
Oh,
one.
he's crashed.
Yeah.
And, like, it's come out that, like, the first hit was, like, 32G.
Yeah.
And the second hit was 57.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, that's
which is
bad.
more than Max in Silverstone 2022.
Yeah, wow. That's crazy. Well, yeah, because he got airborne. Like, he had so much momentum. Because I'd originally thought that he was just trying to kind of do a bit of a dive bomb on Alex.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't know the whole DRS thing. But
Yeah.
I thought that it was just maybe a bit of, like, a rookie move. Like...
I think it was that as well. Like, he did pull off onto the inside, onto the wet side of the track.
Yeah, which is, like, you weren't doing it for points. It's a wet track. And quali's in a few hours. Like, I think it's a bit of a rookie thing to just, like, try and do something like that.
Definitely.
You're not in the point, like, yeah. But,
Yeah.
anyways, like, obviously if there's a DRS issue, that, like, is only going to compound whatever the problem was. So, thankfully he was
But
okay.
I agree, like, yeah, he should have probably just stayed behind Albon and finished that race. But also, like, home race, he was probably like, I want to do something.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But Lando won.
And he did something.
He did something for real. But Lando won, Kimi in P2, which was very, very nice to see. And it was George in P3?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. And then I think that's kind of it for the sprint.
I think so, yeah.
So, Corley. Q1. Not much happened. Pretty standard.
Yeah, it was
the usual
pretty
suspects.
standard.
But we had Bortoletto, Yuki Tsunoda, Franco Colapinto, Ocon, and Max Verstappen eliminated for the first time on pure pace in his F1 career. Wild. Did you see they immediately cut to Jos Verstappen? He just walked out of the garage.
Stormed out of the garage. I was like, oh no.
I was like, oh no. I was like, someone's in trouble.
I was like, run.
Yeah.
Run. But that was crazy. When he was like setting his lap times and he was like, after the middle sector was down on Hulkenberg, who was holding the last spot, I was like, oh no, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, surely he'll just like, but he was only down by like, I think at that point, not very much, like a few hundredths.
Yeah, yeah.
Like half a tenth or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, he'll still probably, you know, make it through.
Yeah.
Just to like a bit, and then he'll come back in like Q3 and be in the fight for pole.
Yes.
But no.
No.
I was like, what the fuck?
I know.
That's ridiculous. I literally like didn't know how to act. I was like, what?
What do I do with this information? And because meanwhile, like, we haven't even really spoken about him so much yet, but meanwhile, as Max Verstappen was setting a lap time good enough for P16, Ollie Behrman sitting on at P1. What?
Flying.
He had a phenomenal weekend. Like, so
he
good.
just rocked up in quali and was like, I'm him.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm the GOAT now.
like, this is the best car out here.
Yeah.
By far.
Like,
this Haas.
Yeah. Ocon also eliminated behind Max. But
Yeah.
Ollie? He won, baby.
Literally. And
Crazy.
obviously Bortoletto P20, they didn't get his car fixed. Didn't get to try and set a lap. But yeah, great from Ollie. Great from Gasly again.
Yeah. So good. The Ferraris once again showing absolutely no pace, but you know, I was kind of used to it by that point.
Not as bad.
No.
Not as bad.
But not great. So
Not particularly good, no.
that because then when we got to Q2, Carlos Sainz, Lance Stroll, Lewis Hamilton, Alex Albon, and Fernando Alonso were eliminated. And once again, Ollie Behrman back in P1 ahead of the McLarens.
Literally.
I was like,
Literally.
what is happening right now?
Yeah. I think McLarens were on used tyres.
Yes.
So that, but
still,
like,
I
Ollie
would-
shouldn't be up there anyway.
10
Like,
times
what?
out of 10, I would pick a McLaren on a used tyre to be faster than a Haas. Like,
100%. 100%.
but
And RB were flying. Both the RBs made Q3.
I know.
And
Gasly,
both Red Bulls were out in Q1.
Hulkenberg. It was a crazy top 10. I was like, what is
Hulkenberg
happening?
through to Q3 in a Grand Prix for the first time this year.
Really? Was that
Go
the
on.
first time?
Yeah, he's been in Q3, like SQ3
Yeah.
twice.
Wow.
But it's the first time this year he's been through to Q3, so
There you go.
that was good.
But yeah, unfortunate for Lewis, just like no pace in that Ferrari. So that was it just wasn't happening. But then when we got to Q3, Charles somehow, all of a sudden, was like, I remember how to do this. And
Literally.
managed to stick it on P3, which was great.
He loves a Q3 lap out of nowhere.
He does.
Like,
All of a
good
sudden.
for him.
I know.
And he's so funny. Every time in the interviews after this happens, he's like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm here. I'm just here.
For real. I think he's learned to have absolutely zero expectations with Ferrari over the course of his time there. So,
Yeah, and when he has expectations, it only ends in disappointment, unfortunately.
correct.
But yeah, Lando made a mistake on his first lap
Yeah. And like,
and kind of put the pressure on himself.
he did. And then Oscar put it on pole while he was sitting down in P10. And I was like, ooh. I was like, this could be interesting.
Yeah, I was like, this is flipped on its head from what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I also like, I was like, Lando won't do the same thing again. Like the form he's in, like the way he's been driving, I was like, he'll do it.
Yeah. And he
He'll
did.
do it.
By nearly
And he
3/10.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. And I think like when Kimi then last one over the line
Yeah.
went P2, I was like, because he was like setting his lap time and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Again?
this isn't done yet. This
Yeah.
isn't done yet.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? And then went P2 and I was like, go on. But I was like, oh, Lando will enjoy that.
Yeah.
Kimmy's put another car in between him and Oscar,
Oscar.
mainly. But also Charles, like, being P2, I was like, Kimmy's not used to fighting at the front and stuff like that. Like, Kimmy's probably just going to try and protect, himself there.
Yeah.
But Charles and Oscar are the ones that Lando probably more has. I mean, Ferrari race pace, you probably don't have to be too worried about. But, like...
Yeah. But still, that, like, drag
Oscar,
to the start,
yeah.
like, who knows? But, yeah, it was a great performance by Antonelli. Interestingly, no teammates were next to each other on the grid.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Because normally you do get them going 2x2 a little bit.
Yeah,
but-
with the car's performance. Interesting.
Yeah. I know, right? Kind of fun.
Wow. Also, we have we've new record of the closest top 10 in history.
Yeah.
We broke that record in Hungary, and we've broken it again. I think there was like 5/10 between Lando and Nico.
It's just so crazy how close everyone is. Like, even in the race, from Liam Lawson in P7 down to, I think, whoever it was down in, like, P16, Lance Stroll, I think, was, like, 6 seconds or 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, in
With
race...
no safety car.
Yeah.
Like, to at the end of the race to bunch them all up.
Yeah, but over the course of 71 laps and like half the grid is separated by 7 seconds. Like,
Crazy.
What?
Crazy. We normally got some like 20-second gaps in there somewhere.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
insane.
crazy.
Shall we
Anyways.
discuss the race?
Yes,
Let's
we should.
do it.
So I turned on the broadcast
Yes.
maybe half an hour before it started.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got their umbrellas out. And I was like,
Oh boy.
put that away.
Yeah.
Put that down. It was fine. There was
Yeah.
no rain through the race. It didn't affect it at all. But I was like, but then, yeah, Max was starting in the pit lane.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, this bodes well for him because I think, and I said this to you as well, like if he'd been starting in P16 with that car that just could not drive,
Yeah.
he probably would have, made up places.
Yeah, he would have finished
But
in
I
the
don't think
points.
he would have been on the
but-
podium.
Yeah.
But him starting from the pit lane, I was like, ooh. So he'll have a car. He'll have a car.
Yeah. He's come to play.
And it's only it's the second time he's ever started from the pit lane.
Really?
He hasn't started in the pit lane since 2016.
Yeah, wow.
Ocon was also starting in the pit lane.
Yes.
And yeah, it was a clean start. Kimi was on the softs again, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, it was a mix of starting tyres across the grid, all three represented. But yeah, good start for Lando. Oscar was like really busy trying to defend from Hadjar, who was like up his butt.
Yeah, because he was on the Hadjar was on the soft and Oscar was on the
Yeah.
medium.
Yeah.
So Oscar was like, ah.
It was clear that like as long as you could hang on around the first couple corners while your mediums like worked themselves out, then you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But like it was that risk of losing the spot initially. But then there was a little bit of chaos. Lewis made contact with Carlos and then ended up at the back of the pack. And then kind of just like
Made contact.
drove up into the Alpine of, was it Franco Colapinto?
Colapinto, yeah.
Yeah, and got his front
The
wing,
one at the back.
yeah, got his front wing stuck under the car. And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't know how they worked that out, but anyways, Lewis ended up getting a 5-second penalty, which, fair enough, he just drove up the back of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. And yeah, that was like, the front wing was gone, but because he dragged it around underneath him, that was giving floor damage.
Yeah.
So even Martin Brundle was like, oh, he's going to be slow out there.
Yeah.
He's going to be slow.
I know.
And he was.
I know. And they just kind of kept him out for the sake of like, I mean, obviously serving the penalty, but then just like,
Maybe something.
maybe there'll be a red
because that's
flag.
what
We'll have time to fix it. But like, what are you gonna fix? The floor's fucked.
The floor.
Like,
You can't fix the floor in that
Yeah.
short of a time. Without bringing it back into the garage. But
yeah.
then obviously it cut to Bortoletto back in the wall.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, I was like, oh, you poor thing.
I know. Because he made contact with who?
Stroll.
Yeah, let's Stroll. Yeah, I know. Poor home race. Poor home race, baby. Did not get it. But at least this one wasn't as intense as the...
Yeah. I saw like a video of him like after that though, like hugging his family, like crying,
I
like
saw
waving
that
to the fans, like crying. I was like, stop, I can't.
I
can't do
know. I know.
that.
Tough.
Yeah. But Max also pitted under the early safety car
Yes.
to get rid of the hard tyre because the hard tyre was not it.
And also because he had a
As has
puncture.
happened- No, the first one he didn't have a puncture. Or maybe the first one he did. One of them because he pitted under the safety car and then he pitted under the virtual safety car.
Yes. One of them he had a puncture.
And
one of them was just cause. I think the first one might
I
have been
think-
because of the puncture.
Okay. Because, yeah, one of them was...
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's a lie. I'm just reading my notes now. The first one was not.
just to get rid of the hard tyres.
Yeah.
And then the second one, yeah, I thought so because before he pitted again, he was already up to 13th and then he had to pit again to get rid of the puncture and that put him back at the back.
Yeah.
But the timing of that virtual safety car for him to come when he had the puncture and be able to pit when it was under virtual, like,
I know.
that, all those early safety cars, like, really worked out for
Imagine
him.
if he didn't have the puncture though, like, he would have been already, like, you know, in 213 that much earlier. But
Literally.
The safety car restart, Antonelli was caught napping a little bit and got absolutely jumped by Oscar and Charles. And Oscar saw the gap and went for it, as he should.
Yeah.
There is on every planet, Oscar goes for that move.
100%.
Unfortunately, he locked up, bumped into Antonelli, who then domino effect into Charles, sending my guy into the wall.
Yes.
And I was like, I woke up at 5 a.m. for this shit.
I know, and when Lewis has got, like, floor damage and pissing around in the back.
And I'm like, he's inevitably going to retire at some point. So I was like, cool, Ferrari double DNF. Sick.
Yeah. Exactly what I got up at 5 a.m. for.
Yeah.
Really good.
Really good.
Yeah, I was like, I felt for Charles. I was like, dear God.
I
like,
know.
That's not good. And with that incident, like, when I first watched it live, I was like, yeah, Oscar deserves that penalty. Like, that was him. He locked up into him, like, pretty clear cut. But I was watching them analyze it after, and they're like, Charles was doing everything that he could. He had the awareness. He was like, there's something going on there. He was right on the outside line, giving them as much space as he possibly could.
Yeah.
Oscar was also right on the inside on that corner, and probably was entitled to a little bit more space from Kimi. Like, he was quite up alongside him, because Kimi had the space on the outside. Like, Kimi was not pinned in.
But I think that he wasn't close enough to him before he locked up and, like, went sliding. Like, he kind of came alongside him as he locked up and all the, you know, smoke came off his tires.
Yeah.
Like, because, I've seen, like, screenshots of it, and, like, right before he locks up, he's still, like, half a car length. Like, he's only half his car is alongside Antonelli. So I'm like, you saw the gap, you went for it, as you should, because you need to for this championship.
Yeah.
The gap was there, but then you lost control, and so you went into Kimi. Like, bottom line, it's a racing incident, but I think
because of the repercussions and
you did cause a collision, so that's the penalty according to the rules and the law.
Yeah, but I guess, like, because he didn't just bump Kimi, like, he sent Kimi into Charles, who then had his race ruined.
Yeah, and you can bet, like, Ferrari would have been on the phone being like,
someone
like
needs to pay.
Ferrari will be on the blower.
Yeah. Someone has to pay for this.
Yeah.
But when that happened and we hadn't seen a replay, I was like, ooh, Oscar, that wasn't good. Yeah. But he was obviously gained track position.
Yes.
And I was like, oh God, because then he was, like, right behind Lando, and I was like, this spells stress for me. This spells a lot of stress. I was like, I haven't had this situation in a while.
Yes.
Of them hunting each other down at the front so early on in the race. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But then it was like, Oscar 10-second penalty, and I'm like, okay, they're in a different race now.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of the 10-second penalty, Oscar's race is no longer with
Lando. Once they pit, Oscar will drop back, and it'll all be fine. But yes,
Max was just driving around everyone.
Dude, yeah. So, like, as you said, he pitted again under the VSC, which dropped him all the way back to the start. He was just so, like, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Yeah.
But because of that, we just got to see overtake after overtake after overtake, because he was just flying in that car.
He was literally just
so fun.
Driving around everyone. I think he made up, like, 2, like, one time down the main straight, cleared 2 of them.
Yes.
Like, oh my God.
I was like, surely he's actually just having a great time doing all this.
Yeah, he probably is. One point, George had a nice move on Hadjar.
Yes.
Which he needed to do.
Yep.
Yuki got a 10-second penalty.
Yes, for knocking into Stroll and sending him into a spin. But, like, they got going again, but...
yeah.
But then Yuki served that penalty incorrectly and then got himself another 10-second penalty. So that was the absolute end of Yuki's race.
Literally.
Ollie Behrman was making some really good early overtakes and just again
his
like
move on
amazing
Liam was really
drive.
good.
So with Ollie, if Lewis still kind of is not performing at Ferrari by the end of next year, I think Ferrari would be really silly not to replace him with Ollie Behrman. As long as Ollie also has another good
100%.
year next year.
Yeah.
But, like, with the performances he's been doing, the speed he's been showing, like...
Yeah.
So good.
And he's shown speed in a Ferrari before.
Totally.
Like, and yeah, I fully agree. I think... But I think if next year doesn't go well, Lewis should call it before Ferrari calls it on him.
Yeah.
Like, just for his own, like, GOAT.
Yeah, his own GOAT
Persona,
brand,
aura.
image.
Yeah.
I know. He needs to... It needs to end on his
that
terms.
career.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that career is ended by him being dropped,
Oh.
like, that's just not how that should end. Like, he
Yeah.
needs to call it.
Agreed. Yeah. Like,
And
quit while you're
I
ahead.
don't think there's anything wrong. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with if it's not working out at Ferrari next year, he just goes,
Yeah, I've had my time.
I'm retiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go be Sebastian Vettel and go pick a cause to, you know,
Yeah.
be a part of.
Or all of them, if you're Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah.
He's just an activist now.
He is.
And it's like, you terrorized the grid.
Yeah. And now you're
years.
like, look at the bees.
Yeah, let's plant some trees, everybody.
Yeah.
Environment.
Literally. But anyway.
Like, good for him. But yeah, I think Ollie's definitely in with the 2027 Ferrari seat chance.
Yeah. Which I would love to see.
Yeah.
So that would be very cool.
Hopefully still alongside Charles.
Yeah. I know. Well, that could be the other seat that opens up is if Charles goes, I've had enough.
I've had enough. Yeah. But like, oh my God, if Charles leaves Ferrari, they're going to win a championship immediately after he leaves. They just will.
Yeah.
It's just his luck.
They'll have an absolute rocket ship of a car. I know. I think that's the only thing holding him there is like the fear that if he leaves and then they all of a sudden get good. It's like, oh my God.
Because that would happen to him.
Yeah.
It just would.
It just would.
Anyways, then it was very confusing at this point in time of like, because Max was kind of on because he pitted twice under
Max
the
was on a
safety cars.
17 stop strategy.
Yeah, he was like out of sync with everyone, and then the
Yes.
soft tire runners started to pit,
Yes.
and it was lap 21, and Max was already in P5.
Yeah. I was like,
Because he'd done that stop early.
Yeah.
He was net P5 because of the early stop.
yeah.
Like,
And I was
he
like,
was just...
are we on for a win here? Like, is he going to go like pit lane to win?
Win? I was kind of there for that. I wasn't because I'm, Lando for world champion, but like, I was like, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that
Yeah.
would have loved to see that. But then, because Lando stopped and he came out behind Max,
Yes.
and I was like, ooh, okay.
Yes.
But
he came
then
out on
obviously he
softs got him like a lap later. So
Yeah, very easily. And Max was very nice with him. He didn't really fight him
yes.
on that instance.
Yes. And then they pit Max again, dropping him back to like P12.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just snakes and ladders. It was snakes and ladders for Max Verstappen.
And it was like, what's Oscar's strategy? Because it was like, with that penalty, does he just go really long? At one point, I thought he was going to do a one stop.
Yeah.
But then he came in and I was like, yeah, he's not one stopping.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But yeah, then Lewis inevitably DNF'd.
He did, yes. I think around like, lap 40 or lap 39 or something like that. But yes, then, so there were just so many pit stops. And then with like 20 laps to go, They pit Lando again onto new mediums.
I was like wondering what the fuck was going on with Lando's strategy around this point. Because I was like, he's out there on the soft. Is he babysitting the soft to the end? Because he's not fast.
No.
He's losing time.
Yeah. But I was like, this is a lot of laps to do on softs. So I was like, surely they've got to pit him again.
He's going to have to come in. Yeah, I was a bit worried about his strategy at one point. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. But then...
Because Max was just fucking zooming. And I was like,
yeah.
I'm concerned.
I know. Well, because then Max is in the lead of the race after Lando pits for new mediums.
Yeah.
And then with like 15 or 16 laps to go, they pit Max again. Which I just think was crazy. Because clearly those mediums were actually pretty good. Liam Lawson did like 50 laps on one set of mediums.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So clearly those mediums were kind of fine. But I just think like Max is in the race lead.
Yeah.
As if you wouldn't take the risk of like just staying out and just seeing if you can hold him off. Happens. Because worst case, you're probably going to end P3 anyways. Maybe even P2.
Yeah.
It was just, I was just like, why wouldn't you take that risk when you're fighting for the championship? And this is probably your last chance to make a bit of a dent.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought that final pit stop was
stay in the lead
insane.
and hope for a safety car.
Exactly.
I think it did work, and it was kind of more fun to watch him come out and have to overtake the cars. But like, I get you. But because also I think it's because he had a new soft. He had a new soft because he didn't make it through quali. So they were like, this is going to be faster than everyone else's mediums, because Lando had gone on to an old, like a used medium.
Yeah.
So it was just like, but I fully get your point. Like,
but he had to make up like a second a lap just to get up to where Lando was. And then obviously have the pace to overtake him. And he just like burned up his softs, obviously trying to like make that pace up.
I was thinking that because when he came back out, I was like, this is a fine amount of time to go on the soft, but if you're pushing it the whole way, it's going to die. Yeah. It's going to die before you get to Lando. Yeah. Like,
and it did.
Anyway.
Because he just stopped gaining. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was catching George, and then George was told to lift and coast.
Yeah. And I was like, someone's got to. The Ferraris aren't here anymore. So someone's got to carry the banner.
Someone has to. Yeah, of lifting and coasting.
Yeah.
But then he was lifting and coasting, and then Oscar couldn't get past him.
Yes.
I was like, he's lifting and coasting. Like, Oscar should be able to clear him. No worries.
Yeah. I know. Because Max was chasing Kimi, and then Oscar was chasing George to the end, which was very fun.
Those last few laps were very exciting. Yes. I was like, go, Kimi, go. I was like, just for like the championship. Because part of me was like, oh yeah, Max pit lane to podium, but I was like, he's not winning the race, he can have P3. That's still pit lane to podium.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, go, Kimi, go. For him, but also for Lando and the championship.
Fair.
And then on the last lap, Lando started using all of the pace that he had saved clearly, and just was like, see ya.
Yeah.
On the last lap, Kimi must have had a moment.
He did. Something. He like went wide or something or other, and then Max was so close.
Oh,
he probably needed one or two more laps, and he would have got him.
I think even one more lap, because he was so close to him, like on the last lap, but not where any of the overtaking spots are.
Yes.
So I think like had they gone down that main straight into the first corner,
he would have got him there.
He probably would have got him there. Yeah. But that was so stressful. I was like, it cut back to them, and Max was like right behind Kimi, and I was like,
yeah,
like, gasped. Oh my god.
I know.
But yeah, that was a fun last lap. And then there was still fighting going on, like Max and Kimi, Oscar and George, and then all of those cars
way back
behind Liam
that were all so close. Yeah. But Lando won. Incredible weekend for him. And obviously Kimi. And I mean, we've said it, like Max, just an incredible drive.
Yeah.
Obviously Oscar finished P5, which really bad.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Especially after crashing in the sprint. It's not.
Yeah. I fear this this may be the I don't know what word I'm looking for here, but
deciding
pivotal turning point moment.
And it was last year too.
Yes, so true.
But I think I'm like, Lando almost has one hand on that trophy at this stage.
Yeah.
But I think we'll know where it kind of stands after Vegas, because I have zero faith in McLaren's performance at Vegas.
Fair.
They can't do anything there. They were like, I think they finished like P5 and P6 with the fastest car there last year.
Yes, they did not. They did not do well.
They did not particularly thrive.
No.
But I'm like, oh my God, coming into the last few races, like I back Max in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on Oscar's form, he's good around Qatar.
Yes.
Like I kind of back Max in Vegas, Oscar in Qatar, and Lando in Abu Dhabi. Like,
Fair.
like what the fuck?
I honestly would put my money behind like George again in Vegas.
Yeah,
I feel
Vegas.
like he could do a sneaky little Vegas win again.
Or even Kimi.
Yeah.
With the way that Kimi was faster than George this whole weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Mercedes are good around Vegas, so...
Yeah, Ferrari are also pretty decent around Vegas. Like, Carlos was on the podium there last year. Fingers crossed, touch
Oh my God,
wood.
that was... Yeah.
But yeah, like, it was a Mercedes 1-2 there last year, so... yeah, that was that. Shall we get into our awards? All right, so, biggest winner. Who did you have?
Well, Lando.
Yes.
Like, topped every session.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
may have just secured the championship.
And also Max.
Yeah, see, I didn't know if I could put Max in biggest winner because I also have him in biggest loser. Because as amazing as his drive was, he's also, I think, now lost the championship from this weekend.
Yeah, that's a really good point. But I was just like, he recovered it so well.
Oh,
like,
totally.
it would have been so bad.
Like, taking this weekend in isolation, absolutely, biggest winner, hands down.
Mm-hmm. But in the context of everything.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other biggest losers I had were Bortoletto, obviously.
Yeah,
Both
me too.
DNFing both races. Ferrari for the double DNF.
Yep.
And
I had them too.
yeah, and Oscar. Just for
Yep.
for also potentially, taking a bit of a step backwards in the championship as well.
10-10 no notes.
Yeah. Biggest meme?
Biggest meme. It's very, very simple, boring meme. But when like last year when Oscar like overtook Lando in Monza, and it was like, fuck your championship. Yeah. It's the same picture of Oscar and it's just like, fuck my championship.
True. I know.
It hurts, but it was funny.
It's a little real. Mine was like, it's like this photo, and I'll send it to you. It was this photo of this, like, it's clearly like a media room where like journalists are all interviewing people. And there's this one guy sitting on the right that's like, and like over his head is written Lando P1 and he's got no microphones in front of him. And then the woman next to him is like Max P3 and it's got like 50 microphones all in front of her.
Literally.
It's just like, bro, like had an absolutely incredible weekend. No one cares.
But like nothing to say about it. Like,
no,
it was
totally.
incredible.
Just,
but again,
yeah.
like once again.
Yeah.
I saw Lando absolutely clocked a reporter in the press conference.
Did he? What
I was
did he
like,
say?
go on. Yeah, because I think the reporter was like asking him a question, but was like clearly trying to get him to say a specific answer.
Sure.
About their performance in Vegas.
Yeah.
He was trying to get him to say like, oh, I think I'm confident that I can keep this going and win in Vegas. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was trying to get a specific answer out of Lando.
Yeah.
And Lando's like, I'm going to say what I think. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to just say that I think I'm going to be good because I was good here. If you look at all of the data from last year, we were nowhere in Vegas. I'm obviously not going to say. He literally just clocked him. I was like, go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you should.
Max was probably sitting next to him being like, yes.
Nice. Do you think, actually, this is a question I have for you. Do you think that if Lando wins the championship, he'll take the number one on his car?
I was thinking about this. I don't know.
I don't think he will.
I think LN4 is so much in his brand. Like
Yeah.
LN4, it's just it's his brand. I think Oscar would,
Yes, I think Oscar would too.
but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks he would. Just because, like, you're world champion, you never know if you're going to have the opportunity to... And then you have all the photos of you with the number one, and it's like...
Totally.
But, like, I don't... Like, LN4 is such a big part of his brand. And the number 4 just feels like such a big part of his brand. Same with, like, Lewis with 44.
Yes.
But, yeah, I'm not sure.
I know. It'll be interesting to see. I agree with you. I don't think he will, just from a brand, personal marketing perspective.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Did you have a useless stat?
I do. Well, obviously we mentioned that Max, first time he's been knocked out of Q1 on pure pace.
Yes.
I also have Kimi Antonelli has now scored the most points ever for a rookie season.
Yeah.
However, caveat on that, he's taken over Lewis Hamilton's rookie season.
Yeah. But there was just less races.
Lewis Hamilton's less races and less points.
Yes.
That was the old point system.
Yes.
So, like, good for him, but I'm also like, I don't know if that's like
it comes with an asterisk.
Yeah, for sure. What doesn't come with an asterisk is the last time both Red Bulls were knocked out in Q1 of pure pace. Kimi Antonelli was 43 days old.
That's so funny.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, the last time both Red Bulls were knocked out in Q1 on pace.
That would have been like... Vettel?
2006?
Yeah. Wow.
Before Vettel.
Before Vettel.
I think.
Yeah, because he was like
Yeah.
early 2010s. Who?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't even know who that would have been. I don't have that information. I'm sorry.
Someone
Let's Google
will
it.
comment
I don't really have time to Google it.
That's
but-
okay. While you Google it, I'll share my stat and then we can come back
Yes,
to it.
please.
So my stat was that this is the 7th consecutive race this season to be won from pole position,
Oh my god.
which is, I know, like, obviously we talked about this year being like the quali championship. I think that stat absolutely says it all. But 7 in a row is one short of the all-time record, which was set in 1976. Like,
Oh my God.
literally like 50 years ago, 49 years ago. It was like the James Hunt, Niki Lauda, Emerson Fittipaldi era. That's the last
That's
time that
insane.
happened.
That's insane.
When there was 8 in a row. I know. Crazy.
Fucking hell.
I know. So did you work out who
that's
your Red
like-
Bull drivers were?
You'd think so. Because here I have, it says 2006, Coulthard stayed with Red Bull.
Oh, true.
Partnered by Klein. But then when I click on this little, people also ask who raced for Red Bull in 2006. It says Christian Klein as well, but also Robert Doornbos, whom I don't know who that is.
Oh.
I was 5 years old. But then it says that Coulthard raced for Red Bull. So maybe there was some swapping around. Maybe
Yeah,
Red Bull have
maybe.
been doing that since the dawn of time.
Yeah, stand it up.
So unfortunately, I don't have a clear answer for you there. And I don't have
Still.
time to,
Yeah.
to do that.
Look into it further.
Yes.
Silliest surprise. What was your silliest surprise?
I mean, Max pit lane to podium.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
For real.
And I also had lap 3 of the sprint when they all just
Yeah. So
Into the wall.
that's enough of that.
literally.
Yeah. I mean, Max just having no pace throughout the whole weekend, and then all of a sudden it comes to Sunday and he's like, allow me to reintroduce myself.
Literally.
Yeah, that was absolutely my silliest surprise too. What was your favorite moment of the weekend?
I think my favourite moment was like the last few laps of like Max hunting down Kimi.
Yeah.
Like that was just so exciting.
Yeah.
Like the whole race was super exciting.
Oh,
but, like,
totally.
that towards the end of the race, I was like
Yeah.
on the edge of my seat.
Fair.
What
I
about
know. Mine was just like watching Max seemingly like do the impossible. And like the
Yeah.
moment where I was like, oh my God, is he going to win from the pit lane? Like do the thing that no one's ever done before. And obviously he didn't, but it was still incredible to watch.
Yeah, 100%.
So obviously my driver of the day was Max. I agreed with the people.
Agree.
But
Me
Kimi
too.
and Ollie Behrman, definitely honourable mentions. Did you have anyone else?
100%. No.
Fair. Well, I think that about wraps it up. So obviously we've got a week off, and then it's Vegas, the place where last year Max secured his 4th consecutive championship. Sadly, that will not be becoming a 5th in Vegas.
No. Yeah, I was like, we don't want to quite say that yet, but definitely not in Vegas.
Not in Vegas. But yeah, we had
George Mercedes disappeared to a 1-2.
Yeah, just insane pace. And it was like a bit of a redemption for Carlos, who obviously had a terrible weekend in Vegas in 2023. So he got back on the podium in 2024, which was very nice.
I mean, the Ferraris were beefing though, if you remember. Maybe try in Spanish.
Yeah. Oh, but I was absolutely rooting for Carlos because I was like, I don't know when he's going to get another podium.
Yeah.
Turns out it was next year, so it was fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but we got treated to another Charles Leclerc radio zinger, which is always fun.
Yes.
And McLaren were nowhere to be seen, as I mentioned before. And I think Max only finished like P5 or something.
Yeah.
Like he secured the championship by not doing that well.
Yes,
but
correct.
Lando was even further behind, so
so it was fine.
He secured it.
But yeah, I think Mercedes could be good again here. But then who knows? Like Lando's just been on such good form. Maybe he'll just come out swinging. So who's to say? Not me.
I mean, I don't think Oscar's going to do that well. His form is not there, and McLaren aren't. Like, the only reason Lando would do well there, I think, is if he can just
he's got the confidence,
this momentum, and just drag that car around. Unless they've changed and it's now good there, but history says
otherwise.
Bit of a Achilles heel.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that just about wraps it up. It's not my favourite Grand Prix. I actually kind of hate it, but I know you like it. It's also at 4 a.m. my time, which I can't complain about because I now live in the time zone for like everything else.
Yeah,
so
it's at like 5 o'clock in the evening here on a Sunday. It's like, this is like my experience of what you get all the time. So
yeah, I know, and like that's why I say like I'll cop it. It's fine. I won't complain.
Yeah, correct.
But it's also a Sunday morning, so that's fine. That's like better.
Yeah, then you can just
because it's a Saturday night race.
They race Saturday night.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Anyways, I need to wrap this up and go to work.
Yeah.
If you're listening on an app, give us a 5-star review because it really helps us out. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.